Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How are you all doing? Welcome back to some more Medieval 2 Total War. Here today, we're going to be starting episode 2 of my Era Total War Conquest campaign as Scotland. This is episode 2. In today's episode, we're going to be invading the Americas and hopefully colonizing the Cherokee territory. So guys, if you still are enjoying this series and would like to see more, the best way to ensure more content is to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here. Let me know in the comment section down below feedback and suggestions for the series thus far. Feel free to leave a dislike, of course, if you're not enjoying it and would prefer to see another strategy game Let's Played on the channel instead. I'll put in the description below the mod if you guys like to download it and play along with me. So in the last episode, we started in our humble beginnings in Scotland. We sought for freedom, we fought with bravery, and we knocked out the English, taking York, London, and Ireland. I've skipped a couple turns ahead simply because it takes a long time to get to the Americas. The main objective for this series was to take the entirety of the United Kingdom and try and establish settlements, outposts all around the world. We are playing on a world conquest map. Excuse me. Hopefully, here today, we can take our first territory in the Americas, and we're actually going to have a battle against some of the indigenous, which will be a lot of fun. Hopefully, we can take some more territory as well. I would like to maybe take some settlements in Africa, maybe off Madagascar, and I would like to take Australia as well, my home country. So, what really else has happened? Well, diplomacy-wise, the European landscape is shaped up a little bit differently, and also we've got map information across the world, which is fantastic. So, let's have a look at the diplomacy. Now, I went to every Protestant kingdom and country I could and tried to sue for an alliance. We have a mega Protestant alliance now, which is fantastic. So, we have an alliance with the Holy Roman Empire, the Kingdom of Sweden, the Duchy of Prussia, and the Denmark and Norway. Kingdom of Spain's at war with the Ottomans, the Holy Roman Empire. They have an alliance with France, the Austrian Habsburgs, and Portugal. So, not really too much is happening. There's some wars in Europe and whatnot. The Ottomans have pushed into Zagreb, and they've pushed... Yeah, wow, they've pushed into Puzin. Actually, quite north here, near Prague. Okay, that's interesting. They're quite big at the moment. The Ottomans, of course. Can't really see what else is going along. We've got trade rights with a lot of these countries now, which is good. We might be able to get trade rights with these guys, actually. The Mughal Empire. Sure, let's get trade with them. Accepted. Fantastic. We're currently nearly making 9,000 through trade. We're going to continue through India to try and get some more trade rights. But in today's episode, we're going to be having the battle for the Cherokee. So what is this down in the south? St. Augustine. I imagine that's Florida, I would say. Okay, so we're going to take our first settlement here today in the Americas, hopefully. However, it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to be able to actually hold on to it, as Spain have the majority of the New World here. Kansas, what is Santa Fe? Shit, they have a lot of territories here. So even if we do take this Cherokee territory, I don't know if we're going to be able to hold it, as obviously Spain are Catholic, and they could be very well called into a crusade by the Pope. So we currently have Prince Francis here. We're going to move up into Cherokee territory, and we're going to maintain the siege. As you can see, we're going to be coming up against some American Indians here today. Indigenous warriors. They also have some Iberian musketeers, which is hilarious. Fighting for gold. Turncloaks, okay. And we obviously have King James the Fox here with a full stack standing army protecting the United Kingdom. Family tree-wise, King James and Prince Francis has had some children. James has a son, Colin and Lachlan. And Francis has Angus, Stuart, and Domgard. Dommy boy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're not at war with anyone. It does look like there's some people going at war with each other. What's really sort of going on? France are at war with an eastern people. Kingdom of Spain and the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth are at war with the Holy Roman Empire. and the Ottomans are trying to push their dominance into Europe at war with Spain, Habsburg, and Venice. So there are a couple of wars going on here at the moment. But regardless, we're going to have our first battle in the Americas. Hopefully we can take our first settlement. In 1551, the Scots will be invading the Americas and hopefully taking a first settlement. We outnumber them significantly. However, we do have artillery supremacy, mounted cavalry as well. We've also got plenty of muskets, plenty of archers, and pike and swordsmen. So let's fight this one here today with Prince Philip. I would have liked to send another general out, not my heir, but maybe Prince Francis can be the navigator across the world. Nothing good ever comes of violence. Martin Luther King. How ironic. Okay guys, welcome to the battle map rather. Let's start the deployment. You got to give it to the Indians. They have some pretty sophisticated teepee huts there. Man, that's a rather stony teepee. Regardless, we're going to fall back. We've got range on them, so there's no need for me to even push up anywhere near them. Fighting in the forest does reduce combat effectiveness. That's the problem. I want to just sort of rain my artillery down upon them as best we can. So let's make a front line here. So pikemen, so these are just bill militia. So how big are actually the pikes on them? I haven't used them in this campaign just yet. They're quite short, so they're going to be more of a flanking maneuver. Okay. So let's go with my pikemen then. Let's try and rally these guys up as best we can. So let's make a strong, firm front line here with my pikemen. This is a little bit hard to see, isn't it? In the thick of this shrubbery. Okay, we'll try and drag my archers out as best we can. So we have a front line of pikes, then a front line of archers. Okay, swords wise and flanking units. What are we best to be sort of working with here? Okay, let's break this up into a bit better groups. So reinforcements can sit here just fine. And then you blokes can sit this way. Cavalry on the left and right. Get some really good flanking maneuvers, hopefully. Okay, archers are there. Okay, matchlocks. We'll try and swing you like this way on a unit, just in case cavalry charges against me. Or units will try and envelop around as quickly as we can. Okay, so this is going to be a bit of a problem. Line of sight. So this is probably what we're best going to be hoping for here. I need to turn these spikes off. There we go. So try and rally up in the center. My artillery are going to be fine. Let's just hope the Native Americans don't have any sort of hidden abilities, but I think that's pretty much it. We've rallied everyone up. Strong, nice front line of pike. We've got some of these mercenary musketeers. We've also got some English soldiers as well. They're still ethnically English, still alive, and they're going to be swelling our ranks. Musketmen, pikemen, Highlanders and swordsmen at the back. Archers keen and raring to go. And then we have Prince Francis at the back. Awfully French, but regardless. Let's start the battle here today. So my artillery are more than happy to fire at will. Try and fire absolutely everything you can into them. Cavalry on the left and right. Cool, calm and collected. Ready to run down any incursions. I might even sort of change them here. Artillery! Take aim! What about my mortars? My mortars actually aren't in range. Can you hit someone at the front? These guys seem to be in range though. Hopefully this doesn't clip a tree or anything. We're getting some first shots off here. My mortars aren't in range, so we're going to have to slowly but surely move them up. But we can't see anything of the Red Indian Rebels. That's what they're called. Right. So we are moving up by the look of it. Can't we hit these guys at the front? There we go. My mortars are in range now. They've only had to move just shy of the front line. We're going to sit back, relax, rain fire and death upon the enemy. The more Scottish lives we can save, the better. It's currently winter time, Thanksgiving in the States. So, I guess it's winter, so it's Thanksgiving, yep. So let's just try and put some pressure on them. Boom. We haven't killed any percent of them. It doesn't look like they're trying to charge out against me either. So let's just sort of sit back here, I think. I could move up my men if I want to, just to get a better range on them. And I think I'm going to do just that. So I'll reform my artillery, but the main bulk of the army can move up. And I'll move my artillery to a better position. Men, move out. Okay, because the closer we can get, the better. Doesn't look like they're moving again. Good. Let's give it one more. Hearsay. And then a bit more than that. Like that. Maybe even further. It's just these buildings I don't want to clip on. Right, I'm cool with that. And then we'll move my artillery to this clearing here. So they are reforming by the look of it, but I want to see what these men are made of. We can't see them. Scouts there, not really doing too much. Reinforcements have made it here now. Okay, cool. So no one's still in range. Okay, let's get some shots off against them. So that's fine. So yeah, basically have a crack. Have a crack into this as best you can. Aim for this front one here. Aim for this centre back ones. And see what they're made of. Okay, so that is bang on that unit there. I don't know if there's going to clip onto that archer unit. Let's hope not, but we're going to need to know for future preference. So my mortars are going in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. They've just moved then. Keep firing into this. Keep firing into that. So some of their warriors have come out here by the look of it. Some riders. This is their first look of them. I've got plenty of my own cavalry. Some of my matchlocks are in range there. I didn't even see that. Ah, shit. Oh, they might be saved, but probably not. Shit. Oh, I didn't comprehend how close we were. We've lost a couple of men there. Oh, those cheeky scouts. Those savages. Taking the scalps of our poor men. Our poor invading men. Right, let's come back further here. I'm just trying to see what they're trying to do. Like, what are they? They're coming out here now. By the look of them. This is just some scouts, okay. Okay, let's form up our men a bit better on this side. And same with my own cavalry. I can't afford another charge like that because that costs 15 men or so. How are my cannons doing? Still trying to still try and hammer them in there. It does look like their cavalry is going to come out for a second parlay. They need to be further this way. They're just going to get smashed from long range. Even my archers there are going to take them out. What we want to do is try and force them into a charge somehow. Continue to fire into this where you can. Their cavalry is now pushing out. We've killed 6% of them. Some of their scouts there are just chilling. And that's another charge coming in. It looks like they're going to try and have a crack at my pikes this time around. Fools. Probably never seen pikes before. To be fair, they've evaded Conquest from the Spanish. You got to give that to them. So, a couple of units are now trickling out. So we just got to keep careful if they try and engage any of my matchlock men. I might try and swing them closer and behind. Okay, so it looks like they're actually breaking as soon as they see us. My archers are ripping them to pieces. My pikes are holding firm. My mortars are continuing to pressurize and rain fire and death upon them. A couple of brave men wanted to scout out. The American Indian scouts are returning now. And they're going to go straight into matchlock fire. Muskets. And 10% now. Well, let's continue to speed things up if they're just going to keep on dummying back and forth. Oh, looks like this is a proper charge now. There's a couple guys coming further around the back. I just need to make sure that we don't lose anyone unnecessarily. So you need to come further up here. You're not in range. The thing is, right, it's a fine line. You don't want to pull your muskets out too much or your matchlocks, or otherwise they're not going to get enough effective kills. But they can really take a lot out if they sort of hold a bit longer. Okay, let's start speeding things out, but keeping an eye on any charges. We just need to sit back, relax, rain fire and death upon them. We got skirmisher supremacy, of course. They actually have some of their own matchlocks, their own gunpowder units, which is interesting. Whether or not they're going to use them, we'll soon find out. But then, I don't know what they're doing. They're not having like a united sort of strike against me. It's kind of like the terrain is against them. But my cannons are fine. Archers are doing well. So this campaign starts in 1547. So we're still using pretty early modern warfare. We're still going to be using a lot of cavalry. A lot of pikes, swords and shields, as we've got a pretty good hybrid army here. They're not your type, they're not your American Total War muskets just yet, or rifles. They're coming a bit close there for my liking, but it looks like they're focusing on pikes more than anything. They don't know what to do, they keep on coming back and forth. Are they actually getting shots off against me? They are too.
General has no honor.
Nothing crazy, but
And abandons his men.
Nothing to write home about. Okay. Continue to sit back. Yeah, yeah, they're probably coming out here. More scouts. We're just absolutely ripping them to pieces here. Fire into this, like fire into those muskets. Just need to make sure. Oh, there's a couple coming from this far side. Pikes down instantly. Super effective. We have some of the best pikes in the game. It just works so well for the style of warfare we're using. Like, this is impenetrable. The only way you can properly destroy it is with a proper European counter army. Okay. How are we going here now? A whopping 26%. How fantastic is that? They keep on routing due to gunpowder. Maybe the indigenous have some sort of gunpowder penalty, because they just seem to fear it. Most of West America's been more like Mexico's been conquered now anyway. The Cherokee Nation still stand free for the time being. The more we can take out with our cannons, the better. And then we'll charge in later on. We don't want to go toe-to-toe with them just yet. But these musketmen are taking a pretty decent shot against these guys. I was just sort of noticing. Shooting up and over, that's a bit harsh. Yeah, we're actually getting outshot there a bit. Oh, we're taking fire from them, their own archers. I bet you they've probably got better quality bowmen than us or something. That's not even properly firing. Fall further back. Why the hell are you freaking out like that? Go here. For the love of God. Have you not been properly firing, you fool?
Orders completed, my king.
Why is this bugging out? We've got a bit of a time limit we need to keep an eye on. As well. Yeah, I don't know why the hell that's happening. Move up. We are taking fire here from their matchlocks. Right, now you're going to fire, you fools. Yeah, there we go. Took you long enough. Right, now that I got that sorted, let's do a charge here if we can. So what's sitting here? Musketmen. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine. Let's try and eliminate them. If they're going to sit there with my skirmishers and try and hit me with impunity, they've got a second thing coming. We are Scotland. We are brave, free Scottishmen. And we love running down natives. There we go, awesome. Push up further. Make sure you do the business against them. They're actually Spaniards, most of them. I'm surprised they had enough sort of to pay for them, to be fair. Historically, Americans were there ever mercenary bought Spaniards by the Cherokee? Probably not. My cavalry's a bit knackered there. But they're only light infantry. Probably could afford another charge if you just zip in, zip out. Okay, let's go further back. I don't know what... You fucking idiots. I don't know what... I was going to say, I don't know what's going on with my artillery in this, but they are just not loving it. Right, we need a charge, because we're going to lose this if we don't count. We've spent enough time fucking around in the forest. So, we need a charge and give them... Show them the business. Okay. So, essentially, try and move everyone up. So, what were the swordsmen here? Those two, and what? These guys. My archers are actually out of ammunition as well. So, let's charge up and give them hell. And then everyone else remaining on this side can go as well. So, those 2 and 3. Let's go. Let's go, 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 gadget. We could swing really far around with my cavalry. But most of my archers are out of ammunition now. Alright, come on, man. Charge! It's going to be interesting to see how they go. Okay, I got my cavalry here. 16% we lost. Okay, so what do they got here? Some skirmishers. We can deal with those easy enough. More skirmishers just there. It's their swordsmen that I'm worried about. Shooting fire arrows at me as well. Okay, scouts, and then what? Spears. Is that like a shaman here? Yeah, Indian shaman. That's awesome. Okay, cool. My cavalry's done well against them. Continue to push up. Push, man. So what's sitting in reserve here? Just general. Nothing too much. Fighting more Spanish on this other side here. My cavalry is now engaging theirs. Look, we've killed 60%. Mathematically, numerically, I think we've got it in our favour. But you never know, I guess. They're routing now. What's around the back here? Just scouts. I want them to ideally run down any skirmisher unit we can find. If you get really far down and around the back here, that'd be good. But I don't think that's sort of possible. We can move my cannons up to a more favourable position. But let's try and get into the town square now. And try and finish everything off. Okay, push, men. Let's try and get this over and done with.
Men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Push for it.
Good tidings. The
Cannons.
enemy general lies dead.
And we got the enemy general, Captain Isaac. We're going to be able to put some artillery fire into the far back. But let's pressurize them and surround them. We've hit up to 23 now. Still rather high, but nothing crazy. Okay, let's swing my cavalry further around here to get a good counter around the back. And we'll do the same with you. So most of them are in the town square now. Some are behind. You gotta give it to them. They've given us a hell of a fight. Shame they've been such a built-up territory. The Highlanders versus the American Indians. Oh, absolute carnage in the town square here. Pikes pressurizing further in. And at least these guys have halted fire now. We've taken our first settlement here today officially as Scotland in the Americas. We're changing history already. Right. Can't. They're not going to be able to come in. Fuck you, you orangutan! Thistled prick arc souls. Where's the last of them? I love Blackadder.
This is a clear victory.
That's it. I think they're gone. Yep. Victory. We have a clear victory. Prince Francis deployed 1,168. Lost 253 upon the battlefield. Captain Isaac deployed 1,386. Casualties inflicted there. Mortar 159 there. Look at these odds, man. They're so much better than fighting against non-Europeans. Okay. Let's end the turn and continue. The Battle of Cherokee, 1552. We've taken our first territory. When everything seems to be going well, you're walking into an ambush. Murphy's Law. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. As we've colonised the UK, and now we've taken our first territory here. Like I said, I don't know how long we're going to be able to hold it for, and if this poor province here is actually going to be worth anything. So we've got a couple of options here. We can occupy, we can sack, or we can exterminate the populace. The population only has 600 people. So we're going to occupy. Oh, we're losing money? What? Trade increase, chivalry. But, Prince Francis has taken the Cherokee territory. Let me know if I should rename some of these. Maybe I should give some Scottish names to London. Maybe I should call it Camalodunum or something, or... I don't think that's what the Scottish called it. Maybe. Or something like that. But regardless, we've taken the first Cherokee territory. We've got a couple options here. Communal farm. 900. I wish you could do the the Rome 2 tactic of bringing in peasants. But I don't know how well that's going to be. Right. So, we've got a couple of options here now. This money's actually making minus. This territory is currently... Whoa, okay. 23% heretic, 76% Scottish. A Catholic. That's crazy. Distance from capital is only 15%, so it's not overly too bad. I'm going to drop to a low tax rate to increase the population by 0.5, which will be fine. But I think that's it. I think we're going to end this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. We've taken our first territory in the Americas. We're still holding up our Protestant UK alliance here as the Kingdom of Scotland. We have the Holy Roman Empire, Sweden, Prussia, and Denmark under our alliance. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. We're going to have to evaluate whether or not to hold this big of an army within the Americas. As you can see here, Spain just have a lot more territory. They've got a lot more manpower here, and I don't particularly want to go to war with them just yet. They are probably one of the biggest factions in the game at the moment, stretching all the way from Spain itself to Belgium. Maybe we need to shut up shop. If it was giving me more money, but minus, it might be worth keeping. We might be better off trying to head off to Australia. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe by Africa. Let me know in the comments. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you would like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Highly recommend Twitter. Every single time I post a video, a tweet goes out. It's much more reliable than the YouTube sub box. These days, to get all the notifications for the channel, you have to click the bell, of course, to join the notifications squad. I do enjoy reading those comments. If you guys would like to get yourself some cheap and reliable games, check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below. Maybe you can pick up a strategy game you haven't picked up just yet. Maybe Hearts of Iron, maybe Crusader Kings 2, maybe a Total War. Check out my G2A affiliation link in the description below for cheap and reliable games. I do recommend going and checking out the prices even. There's some really good prices on there. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye. Really close cinematic shots here, pushing through the bridge. Oh, look at... That was probably the shot of the video there.